Boxing King Media, powered by the Riyadh season. Mr. Adam Smith, we're here and for a change. It's a Riyadh season event, but not in Saudi Arabia. It's in London, England.
It's fantastic, isn't it? There's something about coming to Wembley Stadium. It's iconic. We've had so many great nights here with boxing, and we need another one. Are we going to get it? September the 21st. It's an enormous night. It's a huge card. Fabulous lineup. Fights galore. It's wonderful, and I think Turkey and his team have done a great thing, going to America at the beginning of August, coming here at the end of September. British fight fans love Wembley. We love a huge night. And actually to have a top of the bill with two British heavyweights for a world heavyweight title and a card, it's not even an undercard, is it? Every one of them would headline on another show. So it's brilliant, and it's fantastic to see where we've come in a year, really, with Turkey and the Saudis' influence. It's fantastic to be coming home. Wembley Stadium is going to be rocking September 21st. It's fantastic to have AJ back at Wembley. We've had some wonderful nights, of course, none better than the Klitschko night, and he deserves to be back, and the fans deserve it, and it's just going to be a great happening.
What do you make of AJ being on the home corner, even though Daniel Dubois is now the IBF World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, of course, Daniel's been elevated to the IBF Heavyweight Champion with Alexander Usyk vacating. Look, Anthony Joshua is still the big name, isn't he? It's obvious why that's happened. Joshua v Dubois. Yes, Daniel, normally the world heavyweight champion, but look, let's just enjoy it for the fight that it is, right? It's a British blockbuster. I saw them spar many years ago. Daniel had a fantastic win out in Saudi against Filip Hrgović. AJ's found incredible form again under Ben Davison. It's just a really great world heavyweight title fight. I don't care what they call it.
Who's the favourite going into this fight, Adam? And a lot of people are talking about Dubois taking all them right hands from Hrgović, but in heavyweight boxing, all it takes is one shot.
For me, Anthony Joshua is the favourite going into this. I think he looks reborn under Ben. Really liked his performance against Otto Wallin and obviously Ngannou. But it's a big step up from that to Daniel Dubois, and Dubois is in the form of his life. He won't fear anything. He sparred AJ before. He knows him. There's a really good connection with Don Charles, so Daniel will really fancy his chances. When there's momentum, when there's confidence in a fighter, you believe you can do anything. So Daniel Dubois will really believe that he can come out on top on September the 21st, but logic tells me AJ will definitely be favourite going in.
Just curious, that spar that you watched, what indication does that give you, from as to how this fight may unfold?
Yeah, let me tell you something. I saw them knock lumps out of each other, so and that was in sparring. They were very competitive. Obviously, Anthony was ahead of Daniel when they met. Daniel Dubois' power was evident then, but yeah, they know each other. I think they always thought down the line they'd fight, and I think stylistically it's going to blend into an absolute cracker.
I'm just going to discuss one other fight that sticks out on the card for me.
Only one?
There's loads, but the one that, because we'll be here all day, won't we? But Buatsi Hutchinson, what a fight.
Yeah, really good fight. Obviously, I've known Joshua Buatsi a long time. Worked with him at Sky, and he's been fantastic ever since the Rio Olympics, and really good fighter. Always thought he'd become a world champion. But yeah, I mean, look who's up against him. Just been speaking to Willie, and one terrific performance in Saudi Arabia, and look at the stage he can now perform, and it's absolutely brilliant. And it goes to show as well, if you have a defeat in your career, it doesn't matter, you can come back for it. I thought he was absolutely brilliant against Craig Richards. He deserves his opportunity. He's a terrific character in the sport. They're very different personalities, the two of them, but again, I think that will blend into a really good fight. It's fantastic top to bottom, this.
I'll put it on you. Which fight do you think will probably be the fight of the night?
Wow. I don't know. I saw Josh Kelly a few minutes ago. He's really banging form. Liam Smith will really fancy. I just don't know. Kakachu Warrington's a really good. They're all really good fights. As I said, they could top any domestic bill. I think you'd probably pick the one, though. Buatsi and Hutchinson probably will. That's probably the standout one, but it's a fantastic lineup, and I think the key is it's going to be a wonderful show. for the British fight fans. And Saudi come to town. It's absolutely brilliant what Turki and his team have done in the last year. They've turned boxing on its head, and the fans are being rewarded with the fights that were only dream fights a couple of years ago. Now everything's being made. Top of the bill is brilliant. A British heavyweight title fight. They got 94,000 in for Tyson Fury and Dillian White. I think they're going to try and break records here. For me, the night of AJ Klitschko is the one still at Wembley. Remember, he fought Povetkin as well, and it all started with Froch and Groves here a decade or so ago. So it's amazing what's happened in boxing, and what the Saudis have done is phenomenal. It's a new era, and anything is possible. And the fans and the fighters are the ones that are being rewarded, and it's great to see. And of course they're talking about the Saudi League as well, so we wait and see what happens as that develops, but it's really a really exciting time in boxing.
I forgot to ask you, I'm aware that you're going to be starting a new podcast. It's only right if we'll let the fans know where they can watch that, and I believe it's going to be called The Voice of Boxing Podcast.
Yeah, The Voice of Boxing Podcast. We've had a few already, and we're looking to get involved with all the fighters and promoters and trainers and everybody around the sport. Just get some real cool access. Obviously there's I spent a long time in the world of boxing. I adore the fighters and the fans. So yeah, tune into the Voice of Boxing podcast. Follow us on Instagram, find us on YouTube and on Lounges TV. The Voice of Boxing podcast.
Adam Smith, thank you very much.